Well, good evening and welcome here to Stalybridge Celtic. The game is underway. We've just had a few technical gremlins into the system at the moment, so we are a couple of minutes into the game. Just a minute and 30 seconds, no score here. I'll go through the teams very shortly, but the game being underway means that Celtic and Guiseley are both doing battle. The ball on the halfway line here with Kevin Holsgrove. And picked up now by Jake Lawler. Guiseley now lose possession. Ryan Crosdale goes forward for the home side. Cut out well by Danny Boschel. And then it's back here all the way to Andy Holdsworth before being hoofed forward into the centre circle. And Guiseley lose possession. And now it's a chance for McConville to come forward for the home side. And McConville overhits the ball. And it goes all the way out for a goal kick. I'm Colin Robertson, you're listening to Guiseley AFC Radio. Let's just go down the team news. First, the home side, Danny East in goal, Oliver Crowley, Andy McWilliams, Danny Rowe, Matt Regan, Josh Green, Paul Ennis, Christian Platt, Ryan Crosdale, Sean McConville and Liam Dickinson. And on the bench for the home side, Jack Ryan, Adam Pepper, Albie Anuro, Tom Buckley and Jack Cookson. Guys' team in just a moment because they're coming forward now with Danny Boschel. Boschel's just checked his run, goes back out towards the touchline, gives the ball to Holdsworth, but he can't keep that in play. And it's gone out for a throw-in. So quickly the Guiseley 11, Steve Drench in goal. Andy Holdsworth, Ben Parker, Danny Hall, Rhys Maynell, Jake Lawler, Wayne Brooksby, Danny Boschel, Adam Boys, Kevin Holsgrove and Gavin Rothery. And on the bench, Kyle Harrison, Danny Forrest, Michael Potts, Alex Johnson and Steve Dickinson. And the name there that you'll notice isn't playing is Danny Ellis, unfortunately unable to make it. Personal reasons, and means that he's going to be a big miss this evening, but I'll talk you through the lineup once I get it. 3 minutes gone, still 0-0. Ball with Celtic in their own half at the moment. Adam Boyce chasing down well. The home side clear and come down this left-hand side. Be great if you could tweet us. I'm on my own at the moment. Tim Richards is going to be joining us, but due to the traffic, it seems that he's going to be somewhat late. So as it stands, you're going to listen to my dulcet tones this evening. And if you can tweet us at Guiseley Radio, just to make sure we're going through. Just had to do a few technical things. Just to make sure. Launch one long here. Oliver Crowley, the fullback, comes forward to take it. It's about level with the edge of the 6-yard box. On the right-hand side, Crowley launches it in, up towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away. And eventually Guiseley clear the lines up to the halfway line, where Matt Regan collects comfortably. Stalybridge starting the more accomplished side in his opening few moments. So once again, it's McConville on the ball. The ball whipped into the area in towards the penalty spot before... I think it was Rhys Maynell came across to apply the clearance. Guiseley still have to defend because Stalybridge still camped in this final third. The ball whipped in once again up towards Crosdale, headed away. And eventually Jake Lawler gets the ball on the edge of the 18-yard box and clears, but finds another blue shirt in towards the edge of this penalty area. Another chance here for Guiseley to have to defend because Stalybridge get the ball to the feet of Ryan Crosdale and then eventually overhit and into the feet of Stephen Drench, who collects and distributes up towards Kevin Holsgrove. Holsgrove takes that one down, chests it back to Rhys Maynell and lays it forward towards Gavin Rothery. Across comes Danny Rowe, launches it into touch. Such an important side this for both sides this evening. Stalybridge, of course, deep in the mire of a relegation battle. And we've been pleased with the results last night to scupper both Oxford City and Workington down there. And now Guiseley have got themselves a corner, actually, a ball forward that's been knocked out into touch. And the Lions now with the chance to get the ball into the area from this left-hand side. Wayne Brooksby steps across. Takes the ball on this right flank. Guiseley have plenty of players in there, including Jake Lawler, who makes a run to the near post. The ball goes over him, headed away comfortably. Matt Regan, the captain, will complete the clearance. Good work from Brooksby, wins the ball back down this left-hand side. Has a little run at the back line, but is eventually beaten away And now a chance here for Stalybridge to counter-attack with Andy McWilliams, a name we all know very well from his time last season with the Lions. And he's balled back towards the back line. Almost foxes Regan, but he does well to get his foot through the ball and eventually clears into the stand. But Guiseley now just coming into this game a little bit more. Of course, there is another game on tonight, which is Altrincham and Bradford Park Avenue, with a lot riding on that for the Robins as they press on up the table and look to secure a place in the playoffs. Presumably the title perhaps beyond them, given Telford currently running away with things. Long clearance, although of course North Ferriby will still have a lot to say on that, but they dropped points last night and looked like they were going to come away with nothing from Workington. Eventually it finished 3-3. Ball now with Guys' back line, and it's Rhys Maynell who lays it back to Stephen Drench. Drench with one of his trademark long balls forward to the flanks, trying to pick out Kevin Holsgrove. Ball nodded forward, and then eventually a good one forward for Boys. Boys gets a shot away, beats the goalkeeper at his near post. Danny East looked rather easily beaten. It was a speculative ball forward. It found Adam Boys really well inside the penalty area, and he fired the ball home with his right foot. And with just 8 minutes on the clock, it's Stalybridge Celtic 0, Guiseley 1. Absolute fantastic start there for the Lions. Adam Boys getting a goal, and a well-deserved goal it was too for Guiseley. And a well-struck goal, rather, from Adam Boys. It had been fairly even Steven up to that point. And Stalybridge has started brightly, but they'll be bitterly disappointed to find themselves a goal behind. And it was very easily done by Boys. Great finish. East perhaps will look at himself and think he could have done better, I'm sure. And Guiseley have 1 foot ahead of Stalybridge at the moment, thanks to that goal, and have the ball currently in their back line. Of course, this game had to be moved to Wednesday night because of the big derby between the two Manchester clubs. But the extra 24 hours at the moment has favoured the team from Yorkshire, with the Lions leading by 1-0. 9 minutes into this match, Adam Boys has got the goal, and there's a goal at Altrincham as well. And it looks like Altrincham have taken the lead against Bradford Park Avenue in the Skrill North's other game. Throw in to Guiseley. They've won a throw inside the Stalybridge half, about midway through that half on the right-hand side. And it's a chance now for the ball to be thrown down towards Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby lays it back. Stalybridge defend well this time and now have a chance to counter-attack as they move the ball swiftly from the back over to the halfway line. Themselves in a bit of a mix-up, but they still come forward with Crowley. Then into the feet of McConville. McConville square just into the centre circle now with Josh Green. Green sends it out to the right-hand side. He can't find his way through, and in the end it's won back by Stalybridge in their left-back position. And thanks to Philip Grimes for tweeting me. We can hear you. Well, that's one good thing, and hopefully you're enjoying the fact that we're winning as well. 1-0 at the moment. And Stalybridge have the ball at the back line. Played forward, up towards the feet of McConville. Won by Ben Parker. Cleared by Stephen Drench up to the halfway line. Picked up now by Crosdale for Stalybridge. On the halfway line with Christian Platt. Then launched forward by Danny Rowe from the centre half position. Picked up well now by McConville, some 30 yards from goal. Tries to take it past 2 defenders. Eventually defended by Guiseley. But the second phase is picked up again by Stalybridge. Still just inside the Guiseley half, inside the centre circle. And eventually a loose pass gives Danny Boschel a chance to claim the ball from Christian Platt. And Platt, in stretching for it, clips Boschel. And Guiseley have a free kick inside the centre circle. So if you're just joining us here, it is at the moment Guiseley who are leading by a goal to nil. As I drop things onto the ground. And we have the arrival of Tim Richards, who's going to just gather his thoughts and sit himself down. And late arrival due to the traffic. Danny Boschel is currently on the ground, actually. It doesn't look good. It didn't look like a particularly severe challenge. But Boschel was caught by Platt, who was looking for the ball. Of course, there's no Danny Ellis tonight, so we'll be certainly hoping that Danny Boschel will get himself up as well, because another missing key character or key player for the side would be a bitter blow. Of course, 2 very big games ahead of us in this week. And hopefully Tim's gathered himself and gathered his thoughts and can give us his view across the course of the game. But just to keep you up to date, Tim, in case you didn't know, Guiseley are 1-0 up.
Yeah, I just got informed by the guy, one of the press officers, as I came in there. So that was a great first thing to hear, and a really impressive start for Guiseley then so far tonight.
Yeah, well, it's been good. Good start. Stalybridge looked bright in the very opening moments. Danny Boschel up on his feet, not looking very comfortable, walking a little bit gingerly towards the touchline. So hopefully that's not too serious.
Yeah, a big player tonight, Danny Boschel. You need that experience in these kind of tough games and an away side on a cold Wednesday night. So hopefully, yeah, that'll be all right for him.
Stephen Drench takes the free kick from inside the centre circle. Danny Boschel not looking too happy. Mark Bauer and Boschel just having a conversation. It's the left ankle. Drench's free kick hits the edge of the 18-yard box. It's headed away, picked up in the second phase by Guiseley, but Stalybridge complete the clearance. Boschel back on the field. Andy Holdsworth launches it long down the right-hand side from the halfway line. Stalybridge clear. And it's still 1-0. The Celts get the ball up to the halfway line, but it's picked up again by Danny Boschel, who looks to have run off that early knock. All the way back to Stephen Drench. Drench launches it long towards Wayne Brooksby. It's headed clear, and Ben Parker, playing at centre half this evening, does well to take the ball down and send it back towards Adam Boys, the goal scorer. Boys can't win this one. Stalybridge get the ball into Guiseley's half, but just don't win the second phase. It's back into their own half with Matt Regan. There's a real scrap going on in midfield until Stalybridge win a free kick. I'm not sure what for, actually, on the halfway line there. Tim, I don't know if you've got a view of the reason for that.
No, it was a strange one, that. Didn't really see what was wrong there from a Guiseley perspective, but it's danger now as they come forward.
Stalybridge come down this left-hand side. Andy Holdsworth does well to cover things, but the second ball falls nicely for McConville. And Holdsworth's over there to head clear. But Stalybridge get this second phase. It's quite a concerted period of pressure, this, from the home side. The ball across the right-hand side with Oliver Crowley come charging down that right-hand side as they attack the Guiseley goal. But good work here from Kevin Holsgrove. And earns his side a free kick in the end after a little bit of over-exuberance there from Crowley in the challenge.
Yeah, it was good stuff there from Holsgrove. He did really well to guard the ball there and draw in the free kick. So great leadership play there from the Guiseley man, and chance for Guiseley to push it up the pitch now.
Well, Guiseley have a free kick in their left-back position. And it'll be taken by Stephen Dredge. That goal scorer at Altrincham, incidentally, James Walshaw again. So another one for Wally. Certainly enjoying his time with the Robins. Ball with the Stalybridge keeper. Lofted long towards McConville. Cut out well by Danny Hall. Knocked out into touch for a throw to the visitors on the halfway line on the left flank. And thrown up towards Crosdale, but Guiseley win the ball back inside their final third. Ben Parker has some time and space on the ball, plays it out to the left back today, Rhys Maynell, who of course played his football here a few seasons ago. He's lost out this time, and the ball's all the way back with Stephen Drench, who sends it long. It's a scrappy sort of game at the moment. Not much being played on the ground, and frenetic from Stalybridge. A great crossfield ball to try and pick out McConville. Holdsworth watches it well and sends it out for a throw.
Yeah, Holdsworth have to keep an eye on that one there. It was coming over the top of him, and he did well to turn back round and chase the ball down. Could be a dangerous one on that left-hand side. Andy Holdsworth will have to really keep his eye on that one.
Still 1-0 to Guiseley. The goal on 8 minutes. Adam Boys with a simple strike after getting past the back four with a simple ball over the back line. He blasted it on the inside, it looked like, of Danny East's post. Goalkeeper no doubt disappointed, I think, with the way that that's got past him. Guiseley not. They're a goal to the good, but Stalybridge certainly pose a threat. They've had some decent results recently, including a victory against Vauxhall Motors away. And of course we're a goal to good at Guiseley last Tuesday night. Big shout for a Stalybridge free kick you might have just heard, but nothing's given by the referee. Stalybridge still have the ball though inside Guiseley's half, and it's poked over the top of the back four. Looking for Paul Ennis, another player who had a very brief spell for the opposition, for Guiseley in this instance, earlier on this season after coming from Colwyn Bay. Didn't work out for him. And no doubt has a point to prove. Ennis and Holsgrove just come together in the halfway line, and now Ennis has blocked the quickly taken free kick that he's conceded. Guys, have a chance to just relieve themselves of a little bit of pressure, Tim, after Stalybridge have come forward with some purpose, haven't they? But they've just failed to deliver anything threatening in that final third, though.
Yeah, a couple of nice balls over the top have looked good for Stalybridge, but it's just picking up on this pitch, I think, skidding along a bit, so they might need to take something off that if they're going to get anywhere. But for the fans around us, they're really getting on the back of the ref here, and they're really shouting up their side, so they're feeling there's something to get from this game tonight.
Stephen Drench takes the free kick from the halfway line up in towards the penalty spot, eventually hoofed clear up to the halfway line. Hall can send it back towards the goalkeeper. It falls halfway between the keeper and Ben Parker. Parker steps across. Eventually Guiseley clear up towards Wayne Brooksby. He nods on towards Adam Boys. Boys takes it down well, plays it to the right-hand side where Rothery is surging forward down that touchline. He's got a man to beat, but if he can go to the byline, he can get a cross in. It's good defending from McWilliams, and it's a Guiseley throw. And McWilliams, such a threatening left back. A great start for Guiseley last season. Just didn't seem to work out after an injury. Guiseley have the ball now in the right flank. Whipped in towards the penalty area. Headed away. Picked up again this time and lobbed on towards Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby gets the loose ball in the area, gets a shot away. It's blocked by a defender on the 6-yard box. Cleared, but only as far as Danny Boschel. Boschel lays a little ball in. Guiseley try to thread the ball through. It's a big shout for a deflection against a Stalybridge arm. Referee waves that one away. Wasn't particularly convincing, to be fair. And then Stalybridge look to counter-attack now with Oliver Crowley coming over the halfway line. The right back steps into Guiseley territory. He's got a sea of yellow shirts ahead of him, so he goes right towards Paul Ennis. Ennis goes towards the touchline, gets the ball across. Very dangerous ball, and somehow McConville misses his footing. And after a great crossfield ball there from Paul Ennis, Stalybridge really should have been level because it evaded every Guiseley defender, and McConville was at the back post, but I don't know if he just kicked the turf, tripped himself up, but in the end it's gone harmlessly behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, he kicked the turf. He'll be kicking himself after that one. He really could have stuck that in the back of the net there. It was a gaping open goal from at the back post. But guys, need to watch that dangerous cross coming in. It was a lethal one that Stephen Drench didn't know what to do with. Flew past him, and as we say, he should have scored that then, the Stalybridge man.
So goal kick in the end is the only reward. Guiseley win the throw. Jake Lawler goes up for the header. Eventually it bounces off Crosdale, so it's a Guiseley throw just in front of the dugout. Matt Bauer takes a look at it, gives the ball to Rhys Maynell, who throws in. Laid into the feet of Holsgrove on the edge of the 18-yard box. Holsgrove's dispossessed by Platt. Ben Parker does well to win the ball back for Guiseley, just inside the Celtic half. Laid forward by Jake Lawler. Celtic just don't clear their lines at all well. Kevin Holsgrove battling away on the edge of the D. 3 or 4 players around him, really shouldn't have had the ball, but now a good counter-attack here from the home side. Gives a chance for Paul Ennis to make some headway down this right-hand side. He's got 2 or 3 players ahead of him. Plays one in towards the edge of the 18-yard box. McConville was the recipient, but was already offside.
Yeah, again, talking about that final ball for Stalybridge, it's just not quite there as he just picked up the offside man there. But Stalybridge are coming forward here and looking for an equaliser and responding well to the Guiseley lead. So for Guiseley, they need to really stay switched on in midfield and defence here, as the home side are looking dangerous on attacks.
So if you're just joining us here on Guiseley AFC Radio, is Stalybridge Celtic 0, Guiseley 1. The goal scorer Adam Boys on 8 minutes. And whatever your footballing persuasion, hope you're enjoying the commentary and following the match this evening. No doubt there's plenty of interest from teams at the bottom and at the playoff spaces in this game. Moved to Wednesday night because of the Manchester derby taking place yesterday, as is the Altrincham game. Altrincham currently leading against Bradford Park Avenue by 1-0. James Walshaw the scorer there. Guiseley now move forward down this left-hand side. Kevin Holsgrove picks it up by the touchline, cuts in field. He's well shadowed by Crowley. And Crowley gets a good foot in there to win the ball off Holsgrove, but at the expense of a throw-in.
Encouraging stuff again from Holsgrove, looking really strong up there. But yeah, it's good defending.
In the end, Guiseley from the corner concede a goal kick. There's a bit of a shout for a corner, and the ball's returned to the goalkeeper, Danny East. But another promising start. Strange sort of game, isn't it? Moving very quickly from back to front from Stalybridge's perspective, and both sides look like they've got potential to create opportunities, but at the moment, the final third, it's just not really too many chances have been carved out. Stephen Drench has just shanked his clearance, given it straight to Liam Dickinson. Dickinson takes a shot from distance. Was the right decision. Uncharacteristically poor footwork from Stephen Drench. Ball straight to Liam Dickinson. Dickinson with the drive from distance. It took a deflection. It's gone behind for a corner.
Yeah, that's usually an easy one for Stephen Drench, feet first clearance to get it away, and that was worrying for him.
Ennis with the corner, curls it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's a headed goal bound and then eventually palmed away by Drench. And it's another corner to Stalybridge. Guys are not looking comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, Stephen Drench just needs to have a calm down and just say to himself it's fine after that one.
The corner on the right-hand side again. Ennis to deliver. That was a good ball up towards the back post where they're looking for it. There's a push in the area. And no real surprise there. I think it was on Danny Hall. It was a fairly obvious push, really, and a rather cheap free kick from a Stalybridge perspective to concede. It was the centre-half, Matt Regan, who was the offender. And now Guiseley look to attack, but concede possession. And immediately Celtic do look hungry. Look full of energy, actually. Ball played back by Jake Lawler into the feet of Liam Dickinson, who was in between him and the goalkeeper. Jake Lawler almost completes a howler. But Liam Dickinson, as he was fighting to win the ball, slid in and could only hit touch with for a goal kick.
Yeah, you expect the big man Dickinson to do a bit better there. Guys, they will need to be careful with Stalybridge's number 11 Dickinson tonight. We were talking in the last game before this one that Dickinson could pose a threat, as he did in the reverse fixture last week. So guys, they will need to be careful of that man.
Stalybridge have just got a deflected ball moved forward, and Ben Parker and Stephen Drench just play a nice 1-2 between each other and eventually take it away from Dickinson, who's once again in there. Guys, he now move well forward here. Wayne Brooksby's gone towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Good tackle on him by Matt Regan. Brooksby gets it infield towards Jake Lawler. Lawler can't distribute, but does eventually find Rhys Maynell. And then Brooksby goes for a chase down the left flank. Does keep it in touch. The referee has already decided, although the linesman didn't, that it had gone behind and it's a goal kick.
Yeah, for me it looked like he kept that in, Brooksby. But the referee saw differently, obviously. But yeah, I thought Brooksby did really well there to slide and keep it in play. Didn't look like the whole ball crossed the line, as you say. But the referee obviously gave the goal kick.
Well, Altringham's dream team of strike force are proving their worth tonight. Damien Reeves has now got the second for the Robins. They lead Bradford Park Avenue by 2-0. Here it's still 1-0 to Guiseley. Stalybridge have had their chances though as well. The Lions and the home side fairly even Steven in this match. Adam Boyes the only difference on 8 minutes. Ennis now comes forward for Stalybridge, plays the ball to the right hand side. Dickinson picks it up on the edge of the 18-yard box, plays the ball in towards the penalty spot. It goes behind McConville and then all the way out by Jake Lawler up to the halfway line where Gavin Rothery takes over, plays a nice ball into the feet of Danny Boschel. Guiseley doing well with the passing interplay to now work open an opening down this right hand side. Holsgrove curls one in towards the back post. East just gets there ahead of Adam Boyes. Boyes was looking to get on the end of it, and so swiftly there's no time to breathe. Celtic come forward with Paul Ennis, but his ball infield is poor, cut out by Danny Hall. And then Danny Boschel loses out in midfield, and Celtic have another chance to build up an attack. Josh Green lays it forward. Nice little 1-2 between Green and Crossdale. Picked up now by Crowley. Square. And then forward towards McConville up front, but headed away from him by Rhys Maynell. But eventually Ennis takes over on this right-hand side. And Stalybridge come forward once again. There'll be a free kick because Rhys Maynell's come with a little bit of a late challenge on Crossdale. No harm done, but the referee rightly gives the free kick, and Guiseley now have to defend this one.
Yeah, some of the fans there appealing for a yellow card for Rhys Maynell. It was a late one, but I don't think it was a book in there.
Not a yellow card in a million
Definitely
years, man.
Not. But it was. It's definitely in a dangerous position now, and Guiseley will need to be switched on.
Free kick's about level with the edge of the 18-yard box on the right-hand side, a few yards in from the touchline. It's taken by Ennis. Ennis whips it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Nobody can get on the end of it. Eventually Crossdale tries to do something with it inside the penalty area. He's beaten away. And now Guiseley can counter-attack here. It's a good opportunity this. Kevin Holsgrove over the halfway line. He's got Adam Boyes to his left. He's also got Kevin Rothery charging forward. Holsgrove goes alone. He's going to be beaten to it by East. East comes out and claims well. Andy McWilliams held him up well as well. The left back. And eventually the danger passes for both sides in a real moment of opportunity for both teams. Stalybridge now on the ball here. Conville. And they held it down towards McWilliams, who comes forward from left back, gets it in towards the edge of the D. Taken down. Ennis comes once again into the 4. And now it's here with Josh Green. Green out to Crowley. Crowley on the touchline, plays it forward, looking for McConville. McConville's inside the area, plays it square. Evades everyone, much to the frustration of the home fans and the management team down in front of us. And Guiseley now come away with the ball up to the halfway line. This is going to be a tricky game this evening. It's out wide here to Brooksby. Can Guiseley make the home side pay? The ball forward now to Rothery. Rothery inside the penalty area. Lays it square into the feet of Boyes. Boyes turns, gives it to Holsgrove. Back to goal though. Guiseley can't get a shooting chance opened up inside the penalty area. Goes all the way back to Holdsworth. Holdsworth plays the ball back into the area. Up towards Boyes. Boyes and East collide about on the penalty spot, with East coming out to punch clear. It's now out here with Jake Lawler into the feet of Rothery, and then a very poor ball gives the ball straight back to Stalybridge, and a chance for them to come forward here. Ennis lays it into the feet of McWilliams. Two former Guiseley men combining. Of course, didn't play with each other at all in their time with the Lions. Ennis now has a chance to lay it square here to Platt. Stalybridge have a couple of players on the edge of the 18-yard box, but opting to use the width as much as possible. McConville tries to cross into the area. It hits Gavin Rothery somewhere painful, I think, but he's gone to ground. It was just a ball into him. No chance of that being a handball, is there? But Rothery's going to need a couple of minutes, isn't he, to recover?
Yep, I know that feeling on a cold Wednesday night as well. That's not a nice one for Gavin Rothery at all, where he got him. Just to say as well, I haven't just been quiet over it. It's just been end-to-end stuff so far in the past 5 minutes or so. Just attack after attack from both teams, but neither able to really produce that real chance. Gavin Rothery just about getting up here. It was an unfortunate one for him.
Well, he's up before they bring on the icy sponge, I think. But I'm sure he'll survive. But not nice feeling that. And Guiseley have a throw inside their own half. Taken by Rhys Maynell up towards Holsgrove. He's beaten away. And Stalybridge eventually take over the ball inside their own right back position with Danny Rowe. Rowe launches it long up towards Dickinson. Beaten away this time by Ben Parker, and Guiseley eventually lose out, and Dickinson starts again down this right-hand side. He's got options to his right in McConville. McConville takes over. He's got options in the area if he can find them. His cross goes in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Crosdale was the man who was aiming for, but it was well watched by Danny Hall, who knocks it behind for a corner.
Yeah, Hall really had to be on his toes there, dealt with it well to clear out. But again, it's another chance for Stalybridge to float the ball in and possibly get a chance for an equaliser here.
It's dangerous stuff, this, for Guiseley. The ball now in the corner flag, taken by Ennis. Out towards the back post once again. They win the headers once again. But it's the same result as before, in fairness. And this time there's complaints, I think, from Dickinson that he was being backed into, but a free kick's gone to Guiseley. And complaints from the home side that they quite possibly might be wasting some time, but we've got an hour left. I think it's a little early to that.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case at all. It was clearly a foul there as well. He had his hands all over the Guiseley defender, and I don't think there's any arguments about that one, really.
No Danny Ellis tonight. Ellis been absolutely phenomenal dealing with aerial balls, as he always is this season. This time the threat from Stalybridge in the air has been a little bit more dangerous. That's, of course, on goal-scoring form against Stalybridge last Tuesday night. The ball's just been knocked down towards Guiseley's left-back position. It's gone out into touch, and that'll be a throw to the Lions. It's a bitterly cold evening here, actually, at Bowerfold. On the way across on the M62, I don't know if you saw the same weather, Tim. There was streaming snow at one point.
Yeah, it was.
We haven't seen too much of, is it?
Yeah, just as you thought the weather was picking up, and then it starts to snow on the way down here. You'd think, brilliant. That's what's going to happen tonight then.
Stalybridge play the ball forward. Dickinson beats off his marker, goes in towards the area, gets the ball across the face of the 6-yard box, and once again nobody's there to capitalise. Andy Holdsworth it is who has to step across to clear. Not great defending from the Lions. McConville was lurking at the back post, but Holdsworth managed to get clear. All the signs here are that Celtic could get back on level terms here with 10 minutes to go before the break. They've had some really dangerous balls into this area, and another corner from this left-hand side whipped in towards Dickinson's head. It's beaten away, but Guiseley still not able to clear their lines until eventually they hit touch, about level with the 18-yard box on the right-hand side. This time the ball down towards Matt Regan is beaten away from him by Gavin Rothery, and it takes a wicked deflection, goes behind for another corner.
Yeah, 3 or 4 times it's been a low cross from this right-hand side, and guys, they've had to deal with it dangerously.
Ennis now whips this one in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed it behind. Another corner to Stalybridge. We're really beginning to get the wind behind themselves, aren't they, really, here? And we'll think they deserve an equaliser.
Yeah, they are really attacking intently here and getting lots of crosses in.
The ball back this time to the edge of the area, taken by McConville. He takes a shot, deflects off a Guiseley man. Back to Ennis. Ennis tries to skip the ball past Danny Boschel. Wrong option in the end. And he's overhit it, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. And we can breathe. And with 35 minutes gone, if you're just joining us here on Guiseley AFC Radio, it is Stalybridge Celtic 0, Guiseley 1. The only goal on 8 minutes, Adam Boyes, the goal scorer. And a good finish it was too. Simple, really, because it was a ball over the top of the defence. Boyes exploited it and fired it what looked to me to be on the inside of the goalkeeper's near post. Since then, Stalybridge have had a couple of dangerous opportunities. They've played a couple of balls right across the edge of the 6-yard box that nobody's got on the end of. But Guiseley now come forward, moving the ball down this left-hand side. Find Rhys Maynell. Maynell plays it in towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Jake Lawler chests it down into the feet of Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby and Lawler look to combine, but good defending from Stalybridge. Oliver Crowley, who's been impressive in right back, eventually clearing and hitting touch.
Yeah, Guiseley will really, as I said, need to be careful of Dickinson's threat, but at the moment it's been him who's been sending in the balls from the right-hand side, and you do wonder that if he was the man in the middle, whether it would be a different story and those chances would have been converted. So he'll be one to watch tonight, as he might move from getting in these crosses from the right-hand side to maybe being the man in the middle to convert them.
So Altrincham leading 2-0. Reeves and Walshaw, the 2 goal scorers, and here Guiseley leading by 1-0 against Stalybridge. The ball now with Danny Boschel for the Lions. Back onto the halfway line now with Danny Hall, but plenty of yellow shirts on the edge of the 18-yard box if it goes long. Tries to feed it in towards Kevin Halsgrove, but it's well watched, and now Stalybridge come away with the ball inside the centre circle. They win a free kick. Rothery proclaims his innocence. Stalybridge play a long one down the left flank, looking to release Ennis down that side, I think. In the end, Holdsworth watches it well, and Guiseley come away with the ball, but Halsgrove's ball in towards Rothery's overhit. And now good running here from Regan, gets the ball in towards the edge of the area where Crosdale was looking to get on the end of it. Hall watched it so carefully and just stepped across to take the ball away from the Stalybridge man. And now Guiseley counter-attack here. They come forward with Rothery onto the edge of the 18-yard box, in towards Halsgrove. Halsgrove gets a little flick on the ball, but it's easy for goalkeeper East to collect. Temperature just beginning to raise in this game. It's one end to the other, and it's now Stalybridge making another attack forward. Tackle from Boys. He did win the ball. He came from the behind, and I think if this is a yellow card, Tim, I think this is really harsh.
That's really harsh for me. For me, I don't think he even came in through the back. I thought he came in from the side, just got his leg onto the ball, as you say. He definitely touched the ball there. And if it is a booking, which I don't know if it is, the ref's having a word with him.
Yeah, he is booking him. It's preposterous, really, that's one.
Bizarre, that one.
Yeah, he's just got that one wrong.
And it's Boy's first offence as well. For me, that's never a booking, and he's ruined it for the rest of the game there as well, because he's going to have to follow that one through.
He simply got that one wrong, the referee today, Mr. Marsden. Possibly, if you're going to be even very critical of foul, never a yellow card in a million years. But it's been given, and guys, you now have to defend this one. Paul Ennis steps over midway through the Guiseley half, central. Ennis delivers well up towards the edge of the 6-yard box. There's an offside flag up. The ball's put into the back of the net, but it won't count. Dickinson looks very frustrated at that. And it was a good delivery. It was a good nod down, but it was the original ball, and then headed down to Dickinson, the man in that position who was judged to have been offside. And another let-off for Guiseley.
Yeah, it was a let-off, but it's a good line for Guiseley there to keep it from the free kick. That's what you learn in training, and make sure that your defence is communicating and you're all there together. So they held the line well, and the man drifted off, fortunately for Guiseley. But yeah, they do need to be careful of these balls coming over the top. It's a danger for them tonight.
Stalybridge looked bright, didn't they, in the first half last week? They're looking bright again in this half. Guys, you have plenty of work to do here. Stephen Drench has to clear from Liam Dickinson up to the halfway line now. Taken down here by Rothery. Rothery steps past one player, takes it down, it's high in the air, has a little run. He's got 4 players around him. He's clipped. That's surely a free kick. And I'm afraid if that's a yellow card, this one has to be a yellow card. But this is what's so frustrating about officials. If he doesn't do it, he does, to be fair. Decide to pick up the yellow card because Christian Platt went through. But, you know, in both accounts, you don't want to see yellow cards given just so cheaply like that.
No, you don't. And, I mean, it wasn't a very nice challenge. He cynically cut off Rothery's play there. But I think on both of those, a yellow card is harsh. And if the first one hadn't been a yellow card, maybe the referee would have made a different decision there.
Guys have a free kick, not dissimilar to the one that Stalybridge Celtic had a few moments ago. Central, midway through the Stalybridge half. Wayne Brooksby stands over it. He's got 4 or 5 yellow shirts to aim for on the edge of the 18-yard line. Brooksby distributes it, goes towards the head of Boys. It's tackled. And then Danny Boschel goes for a ball with a bit of a high foot, and a free kick's given to Stalybridge. And that time, no intent, but just a bit of a coming together that ends with a free kick that I don't think you can argue with. 42 minutes gone. And the ball is taken away now by Stalybridge, and then Wayne Brooksby with a rather poor challenge. And he risks going into the book as well, because the referee seems to have got into the point of giving either a yellow card for every foul now at the moment. Hopefully he doesn't here.
He'd obviously been missing his book for a while, so he thought he'll get that out. He hasn't had it out for a while, but yeah, luckily Brooksby there has escaped a yellow card, because it never was a book in there.
In fairness, it was a poor challenge, though, and he shouldn't have done. Shouldn't have pushed him over from the behind, and it's a free kick. It's poor from a Guiseley perspective to concede with just a few yards in, midway in the Guiseley half. This ball distributed in. As he's been struggling with the distribution of Stalybridge to get the ball back into the area. Deflects off the head of Jake Lawler. And it's a corner again to Stalybridge. And Guiseley do need to hold firm here, because we've only got 2.5 minutes until the break. With the Lions under pressure, the corner comes in towards the penalty spot, headed away by Hall. Only as far as Josh Green. Green lays it to the right-hand side, the left-hand side rather. Whipped ball back into that penalty area, blocked by Holdsworth. Guiseley clear, but only at the expense of another Stalybridge throw.
Yeah, Stalybridge will start throwing everything at it at the end of this first half. It will be a great time for them to get an equaliser, so Guiseley do need to stay on their toes here.
The throw goes forward, and Guiseley just a little bit tentative in the clearance. Eventually it comes out here towards Adam Boyes, and Boyes plays a poor ball back towards Rhys Maynell. Maynell has to do a bit of work to get the ball clear, and in the end it's picked up once again by Crowley for Stalybridge. Good battling from Jake Lawler in the centre circle, though, wins an important tackle. Stalybridge forced back to their final third, but still in possession. Ennis inside his own half feeds a lovely ball through the legs of Holsgrove and into the feet of Crosdale. There's a real bite here at this game, and Jake Lawler steps across and wins ball back for Guiseley. And Danny Boschel holds on to it, lays it back to Stephen Drench, but a couple of times it's just fallen short in the middle of the park, and this time it does again, and Danny Hall has to watch it and take it away from the attacker. Guiseley clear up down the right-hand side for Kevin Holsgrove, who's battling away with McWilliams and Regan. Holsgrove unable to win the battle on this occasion. Regan, though, unable to stop the ball going out for a throw-in.
Yeah, the encouraging sign here is that it has been a good performance from Stalybridge, and they are looking like the side most likely to score so far. But at the same time, Guiseley are attacking well, and they're not sitting back, and they're looking for this counter-attack to grab that second goal as the time's ticking now to half-time.
Goal back for Bradford Park Avenue. DC with the goal, so Guiseley, Avenue back to 2-1. Guiseley get the ball into the penalty area. It's taken a deflection just before the break. And we're going to have an additional 1 minute of added time. And the Lions have a chance just before the break with this corner. Taken here by Brooksby. And the ball whipped in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Nobody on the end of it. Guys, he come looking for it. The referee gets in the way of Rothery, who was trying to get on the end of it on the edge of the 18-yard box. And Rhys Maynell goes to win the ball from Ennis. In the end, he goes through the back of the Stalybridge man, and the referee gives the free kick. And we head into the very last moments of this half, with Guiseley still leading. McConville, though, looks to see if he can get a goal back for the home side. Just charging down this right-hand side. And a free kick's been given. Not quite sure what for there. Rhys Maynell has conceded one, though, against Paul Ennis, and this in a dangerous position right before the break.
Yeah, a minute earlier there, Maynell conceded a free kick, and that was a clear one, but this one, I'm not sure about that, and it's a dangerous one for Guiseley to deal with.
The ball whipped in up towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Liam Dixon can get onto it. The equaliser comes, though, in the shape of Sean McConville, right on the back post. And you have to say, unfortunately, it's been one of those things that's been coming. It was such a weak free kick to concede. And right at the very end of that first period, we were 20 seconds into the extras. Guiseley have conceded. Sean McConville right at the back post from the free kick from Paul Ennis. Liam Dickinson didn't connect with it, and it fell to McConville, who had the simple task of just putting it into the empty net. And as we head to the break here, it's now Stalybridge 1, Guiseley 1.
Yeah, Stalybridge have deserved that, I guess, in the overall play in this first half, and from the chances they've had, and you just had to say it was going to be that one that was coming across all the Guiseley men towards the back post, and it would just be that one.
Well, Mark Bauer straight onto the field. I don't think he's happy at all with the free kick that's led to that second goal. And rightly so, it was a very soft one. He goes across to talk to Danny Boschel. And the Guiseley players crowd round the referee, Ben Parker, and Wayne Brooksby furious with what happened there. Andy Holdsworth as well. Really can't see what that free kick was given for. Neither can I, to be fair, but it is being given. And in truth, Stalybridge have had plenty of other opportunities as well, with balls delivered into the area. If they'd been a little bit more deadly with their finishing, they could have been back on level terms earlier.
Yeah, it was the goal had been coming in that exact way of the cross towards the back post, and it was that man who who scored. He'd had a couple in that exact same position that had just escaped him, but this time he was composed with his finish, took it nicely with her first touch, and then had all the time in the world to smash it in the back of the net. But as we say, that free kick that before that led to it, it was a tricky one, because Maynell was coming up from the back of the Stalybridge man, but for me that wasn't a free kick. He didn't really make contact with the player. He got the ball, nicked it away, and for that reason you'll feel Guiseley will feel a bit aggrieved at half time. But in a way, the goal has been coming.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? And you can't really argue that about on the balance of play. It's probably about right, really. But just in the manner of conceding it, just at the break, it actually gives Stalybridge a real advantage, a real fill-up for the second period.
Yeah, what a time to score just before half-time. We were saying that, and yeah, they'll be hyped up for this half-time interval, and then to go into the second half, Guiseley will need to be switched on. But they have looked good in this first half, Guiseley, on the counter-attack, as we've said. And it could be that away performance that you need, is when the confidence has been high in recent games, is you just get that away goal and steal it with a good counter-attacking move.
Well, we're going to go off air for a few moments, go and get a cup of tea, or rather I'm going to send Tim for a cup of tea as punishment for turning up late. But we hope you will rejoin us for the full second half of this game here at Bowerfold. It's half-time on Guiseley AFC radio, and it was good for most of it, but right at the end it's turned a little bit sour. It's Stalybridge Celtic 1, Guiseley 1. Well, welcome back here to Bowerfold. Bit of a TQ, so we've barely had time to get a cup of tea and a bite to eat. But we're back here for the second half. The two sides have come out and are currently lining up, ready for the second period of this game. The Lions, of course, and Stalybridge locked at 1 each after a late equaliser for the home side. Not undeserved, though. Coming from Sean McConville at the back post after a good ball in from Paul Ennis and Liam Dickinson, who was causing a small amount of threats. We're back underway anyway. The Lions are kicking off, shooting towards the Williams and Stunn stand. Away to our right as we watch it, all in yellow. Guiseley on the ball at the moment. Be disappointed to have gone in. Pulled back to 1 each at the break. And we'll need to raise their game. Of course, we're lacking Danny Ellis today from the first half team news. I'll give you a bit of detail on that. Now the ball with Gavin Rothery, just on the edge of the 18-yard box, but Stalybridge win possession back and come away with it with Crossdale, but gets his lines all fluffed up and concedes a throw to the Lions, which we'll gratefully accept. Yeah,
definitely. It was a lazy pass there from the Stalybridge man and not the way the manager will have told them to start this second half at all.
Guiseley, meanwhile, get the ball into the Stalybridge half, but can't win the cross or make any headway with the cross. Stalybridge come away with it now with Paul Ennis, the most influential player in this first half. In infield here to Josh Green. Green forward towards Liam Dickinson. Dickinson lays it out to the right-hand side and Stalybridge start to attack with a real patient build-up. Aim a cross towards the goal area, but it's blocked and out behind for a throw.
Stalybridge will look again to threaten down that right-hand side as they did in the first half. It was a danger coming down that right flank, so Guiseley will need to be aware of the attacks coming in from there and the cross especially.
The ball now with McWilliams, who lays it into the feet of Ennis in the end on this left-hand side. McWilliams and Ennis combine well. McWilliams into the area, gets the ball across towards the penalty spot. Well defended by Danny Boschel, but Stalybridge look to be attacking with some real intent here. Have a woeful record against Guiseley and one that they would dearly love to break. At the moment, though, it's looking more likely that they're going to get the result. And Danny Hall, I think the referee might not quite have called that one right. Danny Hall's just been been given a free kick in his favour for a challenge on Crossdale. Don't know what you thought about that, Tim.
No, I think that was a bit of a cheap one there, but we'll gratefully accept it as for a Guiseley perspective. Anyway, the home fans here not happy with that decision, and quite rightly. It was a bit of a funny one for the ref to give. But yeah, we will need to see here how well Guiseley can cut down these crosses coming in.
Ball into the area now. Gavin Rothery gets a shot away. It's saved by the goalkeeper. The follow-up from Kevin Holsgrove. A great save from East. Still here with Guiseley, though, on the edge of the area. Jake Lawler plays it into the feet of Vandy Holdsworth. Can he get this ball into the area? Two brilliant saves there from goalkeeper Danny East, though. Came from nothing, really. The ball moved very swiftly down the left-hand side. Gavin Rothery got into the area, drove the ball goal-bound. Blocked in the first instance, but the rebound that fell to Kevin Holsgrove, well, it looked like a certain goal, but East reacted so quickly, blocked it, and eventually the danger passed. But Guiseley really will be wondering how they weren't 2-1 ahead at that moment.
Yeah, it came out of nothing, as you say, from Gavin Rothery's shot there. And it was a great first save, but an even better second save to be able to respond like that, get back on his feet, and get the second save in.
Well, two players just gone down under a rather heavy challenge, both holding their heads. Referee quite rightly stops play. And so just a chance to run through those teams again, rather than drink tea. And it's the lineup as follows for Stalybridge. Danny East in goal, who you've already heard making the fine double save. Oliver Crowley, Andy McWilliams, the former Guiseley left back. Danny Rowe, Matt Regan, Josh Green, Paul Ennis, another ex-Guiseley man, played earlier on this season after transferring from Colwyn Bay. Christian Platt, Ryan Crossdale, Sean McConville, Liam Dickinson on the bench for the home side. Jack Ryan, Adam Pepper, Obi Anuro, Tom Buckley and Jack Cookson. And then for Guiseley, Stephen Drench in goal, Andy Holdsworth, Ben Parker, Danny Hall, Rhys Maynell, Jake Lawler, Wayne Brooksby, Danny Boschel, Adam Boys, Kevin Holsgrove and Gavin Rothery. Boys, the player on a yellow card for Guiseley, as is Christian Platt for Stalybridge Celtic. And you'll notice there's no Danny Ellis tonight, who's a big loss for Guiseley, out due to personal reasons. And so Ben Parker steps in. This is the centre-half breach. Danny Hall it is, who's had to go off here with a knock to the noggin, but he looks like he'll be all right.
Yeah, it's good to see both players there from both sides able to play on. It didn't look a nice one as they were both holding their head. You never like to see that, but they're both just shaking each other's hands on the sideline here, and they're both back on the pitch. Great to see. Yeah,
it was nothing in it, was it? It was a full-blooded aerial challenge from both players. No bad intent whatsoever. The ball now just cleared by Stephen Drench and out for a throw-in, which Andy McWilliams will take. Towards Dickinson. Dickinson flicks it on. Cleared by Hall to the Stalybridge half. Stalybridge managed to lose possession on the halfway line, and it's going to be a throw-in, which Andy Holdsworth will take. He takes it into the feet of Kevin Holsgrove. Holsgrove square. Rothery picks it up 30 yards from goal. Plays it into the feet of Boys. Boys takes a shot blocked by Crowley. Second phase picked up by Danny Boschel. Back on the halfway line now with Ben Parker. Boschel and Parker exchange passes. Boschel comes down the left flank, plays it towards Boys, but those sorts of passes aren't working because they're being closed down very quickly and swiftly by Stalybridge's defence. Dickinson almost has a sniff of the loose ball as it bounces awkwardly on the counter-attack. It goes all the way back to Drench, and then no sooner is it all the way back there, guys are attacking at the other end, because this game continues with its sort of end-to-end pace. It's difficult to describe because it's moving so quickly, but not always resulting in clear goal-scoring chances. That has to be said. Holdsworth plays it long again in towards Boys. Boys can't control it. Stalybridge will try and move the ball swiftly upfield, and they take over here with Crosdale. Over the halfway line, in towards the feet of Dickinson. Dickinson does very well to take the ball past Hall, and then Hall's invited into the challenge, does so and concedes a free kick.
And that one was a free kick there. I think there was a few in the first half that were a bit dubious, but yeah, you can't argue with that one. That was a free kick. Bit clumsy from the Guiseley defender there, and it will be a dangerous one again for Guiseley to deal with.
The ball to be played in by Ennis. It's about 10 yards in from the centre circle. Fairly central. Played long towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Dickinson's free. Heads it into the back of the net. Stalybridge Celtic have the lead. Liam Dickinson who nods it in. Good delivery. And Dickinson had all the time and space in the air on the edge of the 6-yard box. And it's a bit of a hammer blow for Guiseley. From 1 up, they're now 2-1 down. Liam Dickinson makes the Stalybridge Celtic 2. Guiseley 1.
Yeah, likewise with the first goal for Stalybridge tonight. It was a free kick floated in, but this time Liam Dickinson was straight away with a great header right into the top corner. No chance for Stephen Drench to save that, and you can see what it means for Stalybridge as Dickinson came and celebrated just in front of us, and it meant the world to him. And what an important goal for Stalybridge, but a massive blow for Guiseley.
Well, ball now with Gavin Rothery inside the Stalybridge half, has a little run with it, concedes possession. Big goal this, isn't it, for both Guiseley and Stalybridge this evening. Both teams desperately need the 3 points.
Yeah, it is, and Stalybridge, for them, with results going their way last night, this could be really important for battling away from the bottom 3. But for Guiseley, after being in the lead, it will be a really real frustration and a test for them. Just as the ball was coming towards me, I had to save my cup of tea there. That was my priority, I think. But yeah, it's a massive goal for Stalybridge that against a team that are going so well, Guiseley, at the moment. They'll feel really in a great position here if they can hold on to this lead.
Well, defensively, it was very easy. Dickinson towers over our centre halves. We haven't normally seen that this season. Since Danny Ellis has come back, or we've had Jake Lawler at centre half, when the high balls have gone in, you've always felt very comfortable, actually. But tonight, well, it's not the case because Ellis isn't in the side. And the Lions have been undone on several occasions with balls into the area, and they could be undone again here. Ennis has got the ball on the Left-hand side, cuts in field. Looks to get a shot away, does so, drives one through the crowd of defenders. It takes a deflection that makes it easy for Drench to claim. And immediately Drench tries to hit the front men. Guiseley trailing by 2-1 now here in Stalybridge. And Guiseley now need an awful lot to do because Stalybridge are looking so lively in the second period. Ball back towards the goalkeeper from Parker. Dickinson chases everything down. Drench gets there ahead of him. Ball up to the halfway line now. And Guiseley try to feed it down this left flank. And the Lions now need to carve open and craft open something themselves down in this game. At the moment trailing by 2-1. Long one forward, looking for Boys. Almost gets over Crowley, watches it really well. Boys collects it at the second attempt for a corner. Ensures it goes out for the corner rather, but it was a good crossfield ball from Holdsworth. Can the Lions respond here with the corner from the set piece? Trailing by 2-1 here. The ball whipped in by Brooksby, up towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away well by Regan. Picked up in the second phase here. Boschel drives one from distance, it's blocked by the defenders. Goes towards Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby's got Dickinson shadowing him. Dickinson wins the ball off him. And now is a counter-attack on for Stalybridge Celtic down this right-hand side. They play the ball forward into the feet of Crosdale. Crosdale square to Dickinson on the halfway line. They switch play well. Andy McWilliams will have some space to run in here down this left-hand side. Central now here to Green. Green gets a shot away. Well held by Stephen Drench. It's worrying stuff this for the Lions, and it looks like they're going to make a change almost immediately, and then Drench blasts the ball against Dickinson. As he tried to clear, Dickinson stands across and the referee will have a word with him.
Well, the referee's just given a goal kick there, so if I'm not mistaken, as Drench kicked it against Dickinson there, and if it had gone the other side of the post, that would have been a goal according to the referees. He's just given a goal kick, so that was an interesting one. But I was just thinking maybe it is time for a change now for Guiseley, and it's good to see that the pace of Alex Johnson to bring on now might add something to the Guiseley side that's just missing in the second half.
It's Kevin Holsgrove who's coming off. Alex Johnson who's entering the fray. And just goes to show, as Mark Bauer said on Saturday, the 3 points are the 3 points. It doesn't matter who you play. And as much as Saturday will have pleased him, the resolve that Guiseley showed, this will frustrate him this evening. Guiseley trailing by 2-1 here. And Stalybridge at the moment looking completely on top. A long one forward just gone over Paul Ennis, and it's a throw in to Guiseley in the right back position. It's a measure of things that Guiseley are sort of stuck inside their own half at the moment. Holdsworth works the ball forward, but it's not out into touch by McWilliams. Holdsworth again with the ball into the feet of Brooksby. Brooksby plays it short, picked up now by Stalybridge Celtic. It's Crosdale and Ennis. Looks like a different player to the one who played at Guiseley earlier on this season. Plays it forward now with McWilliams. Cleared by Hall. Back here to McWilliams. Ennis switches on the ball brilliantly. Takes the ball past his man. And Guiseley in the end defend, but still concede possession to you-know-who. This time it's Green. Plays the ball square here to Dickinson. Dickinson gets a brilliant reverse ball from Ennis. Dickinson goes down to the touchline on the left-hand corner. Plays it square here to Paul Ennis again, and he lays it infield here to Christian Platt. Stalybridge just holding on to the ball inside Guiseley's half. And then eventually Guiseley just forced into the error. Ennis is brought down. Looked like a free kick, to be fair, but nothing's given. Gavin Rothery now steps away with the ball for Guiseley. Perhaps that could be a little bit of fortune working in our favour. The Lions under pressure here. Parker plays a woeful ball out. And it's just not working for us tonight, I'm afraid. In the last 10 minutes or so, Guiseley have looked raggedy.
Yeah, we look a bit off the ball, off the pace at the moment, and fair play to Stalybridge. They're really fired up for this one now. After they got that second goal, they've really just looked like they're gonna get pounced on every chance they can and every loose pass that's made. So Guiseley need to start cutting out these stray passes and start to calm the play down and play their way that they have been recently.
Got plenty to do here. Guys who win the ball in the centre circle though now. It's with Danny Boschel. Boschel to Holdsworth. Holdsworth plays it into the chest of Alex Johnson. His first touch of the ball, but beaten to it by Green. Boschel now looks to try and direct play. Referee says there's an advantage, and there's a bit of a late challenge on Wayne Brooksby. Guys who don't take advantage of it though and knock the ball out into touch, and it's going to be a throw into Stalybridge.
Well, Guiseley need this equaliser, and at the moment their passes just aren't making it look like they're going to get one. It's just passes going astray everywhere for them at the moment, and they just need Mark to just come out and just calm them down. But that is possibly where you need that experienced head of Danny Ellis, who they're missing tonight, to just calm things down. He'll be missing both at the in defence, but as well up front for me, up on corners as well for me, because he's a danger and a threat to visiting sides from set pieces. So that experienced head of Danny Ellis may really well cause a missing element for Guiseley.
Well, definitely missing. Guiseley now need to do something here spectacular. Alex Johnson gets on the ball, gets a shot away from the edge of the area. Difficult angle. Never really threatening the goal, but just a little snippet of what can happen when the ball is found to the Guiseley substitute. He turned well. He got a powerful shot away, but it was never really on target. But more promising there from the Lions.
Yeah, that was promising, and it's good to see actually a shot coming away. It was off target, but as we say, we might need to see something spectacular. And if that was on target, it really would have been from the turn from Alex Johnson there, and a straight shot. So Guiseley will need to find something here, possibly, like you say, spectacular.
Ball flicked on there by Dickinson. Almost found its way through to Green. But the ball is played all the way back to Danny East. Stalybridge comfortably on top at the moment. Guys, you need to change the dynamic of this game somehow, because as it stands in this second half, it's been all Stalybridge ever since they got level, to be fair. On the break, you just felt that the tide was actually turning in Stalybridge's favour. They've done well, but guys, have picked up the ball inside the Celtic half and now come down this right-hand side here with Andy Holdsworth. He plays it in field. Wayne Brooksby, no space, plays a lovely ball towards Boschel, and Boschel's beaten to it. Sent back to East. East's clearance only finds Jake Lawler. Holdsworth now on the ball. 3 players crowd around him. He finds the ball into the feet of Alex Johnson. Johnson now finds Mainel. Mainel overlapping on the left-hand side. Now cuts in field. Onto the right foot. Plays it square here to Boschel. Boschel some distance from goal. Takes a shot. Takes a deflection off a Celtic defender. It's gone behind for a corner. Josh Green it was who got the head on it. And that's brighter from the Lions.
Yeah, much more encouraging stuff here for Guiseley. The fans are certainly appreciating that nice bit of play and a good bit of pressure, and hopefully something from the corner here.
Corner comes in up towards Rhys Mainel on the near post over him. Holdsworth sends it all the way back out here to Brooksby. Brooksby controls well, cuts in field up to the edge of the area, crosses, and then the ball is defended and Celtic can come away with it. McConville picks it up, comes over the halfway line. He's got Ennis to the left-hand side. He's got nobody in field, so he just holds and waits until McWilliams joins in the fray. McWilliams is beaten to it by Jake Lawler, but he does win his side a corner. Very good incisive counter-attack play that from Stalybridge. And another dangerous moment this will be for Guiseley.
It will be, and as the game's going on still at this high pace, it's starting to loosen up at each end, and chances are coming for both sides here.
Ennis now with the corner, whips it up towards the back post, evades everyone. Picked up now by Hall. Who's he going to find though? He's got nobody ahead of him that he was able to search out. In the end, it's knocked out for a throw for Guiseley inside their own left-back position. And if you're just joining us, news isn't good here on Guiseley AFC Radio. Stalybridge Celtic are leading 2-1. Deservedly so. We've not got Danny Ellis this evening as well. And all things told, it's an evening that's proving very tricky and very difficult. Guys, it did take the lead in the first 8 minutes. Adam Boyes firing home. But an equaliser just on the stroke of half-time from Sean McConville, and then a second from Liam Dickinson into the second period. A header from a cross-field pass has given Stalybridge the momentum and the advantage, and at the moment they look more likely to score than Guiseley do. Holdsworth getting a tackle in there on Ennis. Guiseley now come away with the ball here with Alex Johnson. Johnson plays it into the feet of Wayne Brooksby. Guiseley now need to do something with this. Danny Boschel into the feet of Gavin Rothery. Rothery finds Alex Johnson. He's on the outside of the penalty area, quickly blocked down by two players. Johnson works hard to close down the clearance, but that's all it'll be. It'll be a throw into Stalybridge.
Yeah, good stuff from Alex Johnson there, but Stalybridge really showing that they're really up for this fight now. It was a fantastic piece of defending just to cover in and keep up with the really pacey legs of Alex Johnson there.
Brooksby on the ball. Battling here with Stalybridge. Dickinson eventually takes it away from him. And Stalybridge in their own left back send it long up towards Crosdale, but it's cut out, and Guiseley find Stephen Drench's feet, and Drench's clearance towards Boschel is overhit. He was under pressure, no criticism really, the goalkeeper there. But it's a throw in to Stalybridge on the halfway line.
Another chance as well for Stalybridge to build up an attack, and it's just what Guiseley don't need at the moment, is for Stalybridge to carry on this flurry of movement.
They've just conceded possession. Stalybridge just robbed Guiseley, and eventually a free kicks are given against the Celtics because I don't know quite what for. There was a trip or a push or something in there, but for a moment it looked like it was opening up in front of them, and I think it was Crosdale or McConville who was racing in on goal. Guiseley fortunate. And at the moment, we need to do something to change it. 66 minutes gone. Celtic lead by 2-1.
Credit to Andy Holdsworth there. He did get back well and steal the ball back, and it was a free kick for that, for just catching Andy Holdsworth late there. But yeah, it's dangerous stuff here coming forward for Stalybridge. They're getting really good attacks in, especially down this left-hand side with Ennis. He's been fantastic all night, and they'll really need to keep an eye on him, Guiseley, to cut out any more of these attacks that are coming.
Well, it's an inspired performance so far from Celtic. Frustrating for Guiseley. You beat the team at the top of the league on the Saturday, and then here against the fourth bottom, you really stutter. And there's another long trip to Oxford on Saturday against another team that's fighting for their lives, who no doubt will be stern opponents. Alex Johnson now takes over, trying to battle down that left-hand side, trying to win the ball from Crowley. Crowley and Johnson eventually have a real old tussle there on the touchline. Crowley wins it. It's not back into Guiseley's half. Lions now need to change the dynamic and get this ball into Celtic's half, but as Danny Hall runs forward with the ball, he sort of slips and Ennis is on him like a flash. Jake Lawler, no time on the ball whatsoever. A really poor delivery from Lawler. Gives the ball straight to Dickinson, and then Wayne Brooksby is chasing down after the ball. Is adjudged to have fouled McWilliams, and fair to say Brooksby's not happy about it. Neither are the home fans, but it's a free kick nonetheless with no further action to Stalybridge, who take their time.
Yeah, Brooksby wasn't happy at all with that one, but for me it was just a late challenge and a clear free kick. But I think the legs here are looking a bit tired for Guiseley. They put in a big shift on Saturday to grind out that win, and it just looked like it's showing here as their passes are going astray in the second half against Stalybridge.
Yeah, the way the game is shaping up, it's pretty much, you're just not quite sure where guys are going to get the goal from. Whereas Stalybridge are just full of energy, full of running and commitment this evening. Guys who now have to do something spectacular just to turn the fortunes. They've got the ball inside their own half at the moment. They've had a couple of chances. Alex Johnson's obviously always got a goal in his locker, but the balls towards him are long. There's plenty of players around him. They're covering so much more of the turf so far this evening than Guiseley are. Now picked up here by Boschel inside, Jake Lawler rather, in midfield, and He plays the ball straight into Celtic player, and it's come away now here with McWilliams. McWilliams racing down that left-hand side using his great pace, gives it infield to Paul Ennis. Ennis battles with Brooksby, clearly takes the last touch off. Takes the touch off Paul Ennis. The referee gets it wrong. Brooksby, though, shouldn't complain the way he did. He was livid, and he's going to go in the book for it. The referee did get it wrong, though, didn't he, Tim?
He did. He got the decision wrong. But as a player there for Wayne Brooksby, you've got to not respond to anything like that and just get on with the game. And he threw his hands at the referee in an angry manner, and in a right reason. To be fair, for it wasn't the right decision. But as a professional footballer, you've got to just understand that wasn't the right decision and get on with the game. And he's instead conceded a yellow card for that, when it really shouldn't have been.
Well, the ball's taken, and I don't know if the referee just decides to level that. Was that a foul throw I saw given there?
No, he was there. Brooksby just got pushed over, so it's a bit of a...
It was a leveller, wasn't it?
It was a bit of a leveller, yeah.
At least there's something to laugh about. Right back position. Guiseley trailing 2-1. Stephen Drench takes a free kick. Launches it long towards Brooksby. Brooksby flicks on. Nobody ahead of him. Jake Lawler battling for it. Picked up now by Alex Johnson. Still 25 yards from goal, running away from it. In towards the feet of Boys. Rothery on the edge of the D. Slips over. The ball will be picked up by Stalybridge, and they look to counter-attack, and they do so with some pace and send the ball towards McConville. McConville can't take it on this occasion. Guiseley now need to up the tempo themselves, although the tempo is so fast. In fact, it's disrupting the Lions' passing play. And at the moment, it's working in Stalybridge's advantage. McWilliams plays the ball forward now to Ennis. Ennis in towards the feet of Crosdale. Crosdale feels he's taken a little clip. Referee says no. And Guiseley now have to defend. Crosdale chasing down Stephen Drench as Hall returns the ball to him, only as far as McConville. McConville skips past one. He's about 25 yards from goal on the right-hand side. Skips past his player, goes into the penalty area. I think it's Danny Boschel who's gone down with something. Or is it Gavin Rothery? So the evening could get even worse. And the ball goes down the right-hand side and out. Rothery's up, fortunately, but it's a Guiseley throw. It's hard to see where the positives are at the moment. 2-1 to Stalybridge. Deservedly so, really. And with 18 minutes to go, the Lions now concede a free kick here with Gavin Rothery going in on Josh Green. Free kick, which is about 10 yards in, fairly central, 10 yards, 15 yards in from the centre circle. Gives a chance for them to aim towards Dickinson again. Looks like we're going to make another change. Danny Forrest will have a run. Not quite sure who fought him. We'll just get through this free kick first. Ennis once again will deliver. This time shanks it straight into the Guiseley defence. Chance here for the Lions to counter-attack if they can move swiftly. Boyce sends it back into the feet now of Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby skips past one challenge. Now has a run at the fullback. Takes on the fullback Crowley. Beats him. Gets the ball in towards the area. Blocked. Well defended by Stalybridge. And now they come away with the ball. And taken forward here by Crosdale over the halfway line. Out to the left-hand side rather. Where McConville cuts in. And holds up the ball under pressure from Holdsworth. Sends it to the left-hand side where McWilliams has come forward, and then Ennis gets on the end of it. Takes a wild shot at it, and it's over the bar, and there'll be a second substitution for Guiseley, and it's going to be Jake Lawler who's coming off. And surprisingly, Danny Forrest coming on, so a real switch of tactics must be on the cards here, Tim. Yeah,
it's a bold change, an attacking change in my mind for Guiseley, and it will be a change of tactics, but it's just what we need actually from a Guiseley perspective. That something needs to change, and it's not quite happening at the moment. There's lots of passes going astray, and something needed to change. So we'll see if this is the right move made by Mark Bauer.
Well, he's probably had a frustrating evening. He's not really been able to play his game or get into a game. The ball's now sent back to the goalkeeper, East. East lofts it forward. Boschel's clearly nudged off the ball. Nothing given. Guiseley now pick it up with Danny Forrest. Gets it on the halfway line. Into the feet of Maynell. Maynell forward towards Alex Johnson. He can't control. But Guiseley do win a throw-in on that far side. Just about level with the edge of the centre circle on the left-hand side. It's sent long. Up towards Danny Forrest. He takes it down. He's got 2 players on him. Runs at it. Crowley clears and hits touch. Forrest, perhaps he can have a game-changing moment like he did a couple of weeks ago when he came off the bench. Visiting fans shouting their team on at the moment. Gavin Rothery gets the ball into the area, but there's no space for anyone in there. Alex Johnson has to go backwards. Guys, you need to do something to break this defence down. Rothery now back out to the left-hand side where Forrest takes over. He whips the ball in, finds Adam Boyes, picked up by Alex Johnson, and it's the equaliser! Well, you have to say it's against the run of play, but a great ball in there from Danny Forrest. Off the bench, plays the ball in. Adam Boyes controls it immaculately, lays it into the feet of Alex Johnson, and Guiseley are level. And it is Guiseley substitute team that have done the damage. Danny Forrest with the cross, Adam Boyes who knocked down, but the finish applied by Alex Johnson.
Yeah, superb from Danny Forrest there. That's just what we needed. Just him to get on the ball and create something from nothing, really. Sending a great cross, but all credit to Alex Johnson with some fantastic footwork just before he smashed it into the back of the net to pull away from his defender. And guys, they might not deserve it, but they are back level.
Ennis now starts an attack for the home side. They'll feel like they deserve more than to be on level terms at the moment. The ball goes into the area, and down to the ground goes Sean McConville. And I have to say, he's hit the deck there rather elaborately, claiming the penalty. And you don't want, it's got to be one thing or the other. He's either been fouled and it's a penalty, or surely it's got to be a yellow card. One of the two, isn't it?
I was just going to say, for those decisions, you've either got to give the penalty or a free kick and a yellow card for a dive. You can't decide either way, or for neither of them, and that's what the referee did there.
Well, Stalybridge don't get the penalty. They're much aggrieved by it, but the ball's come down the other end now, and Guiseley have the ball here with Forrest. Forrest in towards the edge of the area, sends it out wide to Rhys Maynell. Maynell's cross isn't good enough, it's cleared. Back here to Gavin Rothery, now into the feet of Danny Boschel. Boschel into 1-2 with Wayne Brooksby, but the passing doesn't work on this occasion. But Brooksby keeps at his task, wins the ball back into the penalty area, takes it past 2 players, gets a shot away, and it's in the back of the net! Unbelievable! This game has changed on an instant. An equaliser, a penalty claim at the other end, and then straight up the other end, Wayne Brooksby robs Stalybridge's defence, goes on an amazing run inside the area, and applies a finish. And with 13 minutes to go, it's now Stalybridge 2, Guiseley 3.
What a game we have on our hands here. It's fantastic and brilliant from individual goal from Wayne Brooksby. He just managed to weave in and out the defenders, and fair play to him. He could have gone down from my point of view. I thought he got caught there as he drove into the box, stayed on his feet, cut inside, did really well to pull it back on his right foot, and it was a fantastic finish into the corner.
Well, in that there was some complaints from Stalybridge man. It was Sean McConville who was at the centre of that very controversial potential penalty incident a few moments ago. And now the referee's gone over to the linesman as well. I haven't seen what's happened off the ball here, but Ben Parker is being called over by the referee. And I don't know quite what this is for at all, but the referee's gone to his book and he's going to show Ben Parker a card of one colour or another, and we don't no idea what this could be for. Sean McConville's just been given a yellow card, which we presumed was for complaining about the free kick. But the referee, Mr. Marsden, is busy taking the Guiseley's man's name, and it's a yellow card. But to be honest, that was a heart and mouth moment for me there, Tim, because I don't know if you saw anything what had happened, but I hadn't caught up with that at all.
Yeah, I'm afraid I was too busy looking over at the celebrations from the Guiseley point of view. I didn't see what happened there, but yeah, the referee went over to the linesman, had a good 30-second discussion with him, and then produced a yellow card. So it's annoying that we can't know what that was for, but clearly the linesman saw something off the ball there that was deserving of a yellow card.
Well, I was bemoaning the fact I couldn't see a way back into this game. And Stalybridge were dominant. That should have put the game to bed, but it's turned on a couple of very big moments for Guiseley, and an equaliser from substitute Alex Johnson on 75 brought the score back to 2-2. A penalty shout that didn't go Stalybridge's way. And then a minute later, the ball's in the back of the net after a great run from Wayne Brooksby into the penalty area. Gave Guiseley a third goal. And now the Lions look like they're going to have a tough 10 minutes or so here. As we head towards the last 10 minutes of this game, Stalybridge no doubt will feel that they should be back in at least on level terms in this match. And there's a throw-in given against Dickinson in Guiseley's left-back position. And a substitute that's going to happen for the home side. And this is a dangerous player, this Obi Anuru, who I think was playing football at Vauxhall Motors, if I seem to remember right. He was a very pacey and dangerous striker. You guess you'd have seen him last week when he came on in the game against Guiseley on Tuesday night, last Tuesday. I seem to remember hearing his introduction late on. He's somebody who can change the game. He's come on anyway for Christian Platt. Tim looks blankly at me.
Well, I wasn't nothing against you, Colin. Don't worry about that. But no, I wasn't there last Tuesday, so I'm not too sure about this player. But he's already looking lively on the ball now. Yeah, they've just sent the ball through towards him, and he's won a corner for the home side, and so they'll get the players forward. Now, guys, you've lost one man of defensive height, and they've looked a little bit light against Dickinson. Dickinson's going to be marked by Hall. He'll be the target man. The ball comes in again, headed away by Danny Forrest. Guiseley having to defend now, holding on to a 3-2 lead. The ball comes into the area, headed up in the air by Ben Parker. Blasted goal, well, I was going to say goal bound. Blasted in the general direction of that end by Paul Ennis, who's had a really good evening and been very impressive. But that wasn't one of his better moments this evening. No, that's definitely not representative of what he's been like tonight. He's been really good on the ball, sending in some dangerous crosses. He's been the centre of all of Stalybridge's good work, but that shot was not at all there. It flew high over the ground and bounced off the roof of the sheds over there and away, and safe for Guiseley. Well, it's hard to keep track of the tactical changes that are going on field. Formation changed when Jake Lawler went off for Danny Forrest, and now Mark Bauer's trying to get a midfield four out of the players that are on the field. Guiseley have the ball now on the left-hand side with Danny Forrest, who applied the cross for the equaliser. He's battling with the full-back Crowley. Crowley wins that one, and he goes out into touch. The Lions will be in no hurry to take the throw-in. 8 minutes to go, leading by 3-2. It's been a topsy-turvy game. And it would be a 3 points if Guiseley were to hold them. And I say if, very seriously, because Stalybridge have been impressive this evening and deserve more. But Guiseley have applied a real sucker punch in getting 2 goals within a couple of minutes. And now they go down the left-hand side here with Forrest. Forrest and Crowley battling away. Referee gives a free kick. Not quite sure what for, to be honest. I'm not really convinced by that one, but we'll have to just take that one and get on with it. You can probably hear the chants of you don't know what you're doing from the Guiseley fans. I think both sets of fans will probably feel fairly appreciative of that sentiment. Paul Ennis now has the ball for Stalybridge, plays the ball in here to Dickinson. Dickinson's clear of his man, a great saving tackle there. I think it was Ben Parker who applied it. What a tackle though. Dickinson was lining up to shoot. It was Rhys Maynell who applied a lunge at Dickinson's feet, got a great tackle in on him. And now it's a corner, and that was a game-saving challenge, that. Yeah, it very well could be. That was a perfectly timed challenge. You really have to be patient and make it right, and he really did there. Corner comes in, up towards the edge of the 6-yard box. The danger's still on. This time the header is directed over the target and behind for a goal kick. And just to keep you up to speed with what's going on in the Altrincham, I think Altrincham-Bradford Park Avenue game. Altrincham are 3-1 up. Walshaw getting his second. Bradford Park Avenue down to 10. So that looks like Altrincham
have secured 3 points there at home. And a very good point I've been asked to mention, and it's quite right from the academy side. And forgive me if I don't mention them enough, actually, because they're doing a wonderful job. This afternoon, superb 6-1 victory over Stockport County. 6-1, and by all accounts, it could have been even more. So well done to the lads, an absolutely fantastic performance. And a real boon to the chances they have in that league. Stockport right at the top there, 6-1 to the academy side this afternoon. Stalybridge, meanwhile, coming forward here with Obi Anuru. He's been challenged, and it's a throw-in now, which Williams takes about level with the penalty area on the left-hand side. He comes back infield, sends it towards Crossdale, and then they go long to Stalybridge. It's cut out this time well by Gavin Rothery, picked up by Adam Boys, who's battled hard and to feed off scraps for much of this game, and then sent long and somewhat aimlessly.
Well, from a Stalybridge point of view, you've got to ask now, what they can do to chase the game back now.
Paul Ennis just sends the ball into the area. It was looking for Obi Anuru. It was a good ball, but just ahead of him and out into touch.
And it could just be that kind of thing, just playing the through ball towards the substitute there for Stalybridge. But you just got to say, it must be a weird feeling for them, because I don't think they would have expected to have suddenly turned into that position to be 3-2 down.
Header from, rather unconventional header from Alex Johnson, just took it full on the nose. Brilliantly cushioned it for Guiseley, but couldn't take advantage of the return ball there because he was too busy suffering. I think his eyes are watering. He's okay. Ball's gone up all the way to the other end and back to Stephen Drench. Thanks, Andrew Wilson, for your comment at Guiseley Radio. More of this. Will never get back into this one, please. The pessimism was abound earlier on in the second half. Well, with good reason, though, it has to be said. But 2 wonderful goals in the space of a couple of minutes have put Guiseley 3-2 to the good. If you're just joining us here on Guiseley AFC Radio, we have about 3 minutes 15 seconds to go. No wonder Andy Holdsworth is taking his time with this throw-in. Launches it down the right-hand side looking for Alex Johnson. We'll just take the header that sends the ball into the stand, and maybe it'll take a few minutes to take it back. Guiseley just steadying things, and the referee now is asking the Guiseley captain to hurry things along. 3 minutes to go. The throw flicked on by Wayne Brooksby. Tackled, and the ball won back by Stalybridge. McWilliams with a throw. Up towards Dickinson. Dickinson lofts it long down that left channel. Drench a long way off his line. Tidying things up, sends it forward. And if it had fallen more kindly, Alex Johnson might have been on the end of that long ball forward, but it certainly wasn't his intention. Flicked on, though, from the goalkeeper by Stalybridge. Right to the edge of the 18-yard box. The Lions can't clear the lines just at the moment. Picked up now here by Crossdale. The ball to come forward by Crowley. Blocked. Then away again by Rothery up to the halfway line where Alex Johnson takes it down really well. Then Danny Boschel sends a good ball forward, looking to pick out Boys. Well defended, though, by Stalybridge. It's a lunging tackle to send it back to the goalkeeper. And then it'll go long from McWilliams. And then, well, I'm afraid Dickinson's won that free kick. And it's a dangerous one now for Guiseley to defend. Hall up against Dickinson. Free kick awarded. And this one had a chance to deliver into the box.
It's a dangerous position again for Stalybridge to float in a ball. But again, it wasn't a free kick for me. And the referee's made a mistake, as he did in the first half.
Ennis now to float this one in. Goes up towards Dickinson. Dickinson does get the head on it, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. And Guiseley can just breathe a sigh of relief, but just goes to show you give a free kick anywhere around that sort of final third, or in the Guiseley half, and they've got the set piece advantage over us at the moment in Ennis's distribution and Dickinson as the target man. Not that he really is just a target man as such, but he's certainly proven a valuable outlet for Stalybridge, who come forward again here with McWilliams. He's cut infield from left back, tries to feed the ball in towards Ennis. Clever play from Boschel just to take the ball away from him. into the feet of Andy Holdsworth. I think you could say that Alex Johnson was being fouled, but referee disagrees. And then a very late challenge from Manura right through Andy Holdsworth, who goes to ground. And that really is a very bad tackle there, and Holdsworth looks in some pain. And that will be a yellow card, but hopefully Holdsworth will be okay. That is quite a challenge.
Yeah, he looks in pain on the ground here, and it did look like a nasty one coming in. And he's deservedly booked here. But for a Guiseley point of view, you just got to hope that Andy Holdsworth is all right here, because it was a nasty one coming in on his, I think it was his left shin there, and he's certainly in pain here on the floor. But for Andy Holdsworth here, you're hoping that an experienced man like this, who you'll need to help close this game out, will be able to get back up and not be injured here.
Well, it does use up some moments. You can probably hear my watch beeping away, so we're just going to wait to see what added time there'll be on, but there will be some time to be added on, of course, especially given that Andy Holdsworth is now back on his feet, especially given that probably used up about a minute and a half. And Nero, to be fair to him, I think it was his exuberance to win the ball. He just happened to hit Andy Holdsworth's leg at a very difficult angle, and if he'd been his standing leg, I think, fortunately, from his perspective, it wasn't a standing leg. It could have been much worse. But again, I don't think it was malicious, but it was clumsy. And Guiseley get the game back underway, and Holdsworth back on the field. They win the ball with Danny Forrest inside the Stalybridge half. Still 3-2 to the Lions. Very tense stuff. 4 minutes to be added on. Alex Johnson's just gone through into the penalty area towards the left-hand side. Takes a cross-come shot. It's got no power, and it's easily claimed by the goalkeeper. And sent long immediately by East. Headed away by Holdsworth. And we head into these final four with some trepidation, I think, because this game's still very stretched, very open, and Stalybridge very much posing a threat. The throw-in, though, is in Stalybridge's own half. They'll try and move it long, as they do every single time. It's sent this time out towards Onuru, but it's over him. And it's going to be another Guiseley throw, which no doubt will take some time to actually be able to claim the ball. It always makes me laugh, actually, in the last 4 minutes or 3 minutes of a game when one team's wanted to hold it up, that they suddenly feel unable to actually catch a ball when it's thrown to them for a throw-in.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? Sometimes scary how that happens, kind of fluky with in the last few minutes. I'm sure we'll see it from a Guiseley point of view as well. Rhys Maynard just can't pick up the ball here for some reason.
Halfway line, Guiseley have a throw. It's taken, knocked on towards Adam Boys. Boys is fouled. Poor free kick to concede that one from a Stalybridge perspective. Guiseley have the ball out on the left touchline. They'll be disappointed with that. I cannot believe, after going 2-1 down when the game was so much in Stalybridge's favour, we've managed to turn this one round. But we have. Forrest now takes the free kick, is now down by the corner flag. In the end, can't keep it in play. And it's a throw-in to Celtic in the right-back position. Right down by that corner flag. They can't clear. Danny Boschel collects. Tries to hold on to the ball. The ball rolls clear to Gavin Rothery. Rothery can pick out Johnson. Johnson almost away there. Just ball skips past him. Bounces past him and out into touch for a goal kick. But it was a bit of invention there. 2 minutes gone of the 4. 3 minutes gone, rather, of the 4. Still plenty of football yet to be played, it seems, in this sort of game. It was about this time that Stalybridge got back on level terms in the first half. Ennis comes forward now for the visitors. Gets the ball over Holdsworth. Brooksby steps across and wins it. And the throw-in will eventually be taken by Andy McWilliams. I think he thought it was a free kick at one moment because the referee stopped it. It was only stopping him about 2 yards, to be fair. And no wonder it was confusing. The ball is cleared. Alex Johnson almost having a sniff of a counter-attack there from the clearance, but well stopped by Regan. Ball back into the Guiseley area. Danny Hall clears, only as far as Green. Green takes a long-distance shot. That was real optimism there. It was about 5 yards in from the centre circle. It was real ambitious stuff, but I think he thought that Trench was off his line. And it was a real gamble, but perhaps one of the last ones of the game.
You'd obviously been watching Match of the Day at the weekend and saw the Wayne Rooney lob and thought, I'll replicate this one. It was a worthwhile effort, I guess, in the end with Drench off his line, but it didn't trouble the Guiseley keeper at all as it floated over.
Best halfway goal has to be, I think it was Jason Cundy. I don't know if you've ever seen this, back in the late 80s. He made a tackle on the halfway line and it floated into the goal from the halfway area. It was a complete freak. And you probably guessed the good news, because the final whistle has gone and Guiseley have grabbed the 3 points. And it was a really tense evening here at the Bower Fold, because Stalybridge Celtic, after going a goal down to an Adam Boyce strike on 8 minutes, came back into it right before the break. Sean McConville equalising at the back post from a cross. And then in the second half, when Liam Dickinson headed home to make it 2-1, it looked like it was going to be a miserable evening for Guiseley. They were at 6s and 7s at points, with Stalybridge dominating possession, dominating play. But then Mark Bauer rung in the changes. 2 of the substitutes worked perfectly. It was Danny Forrest crossing, knocked down by Adam Boyes, and a finish that was applied by Alex Johnson. And then the lead was restored for Guiseley when Wayne Brooksby went on an amazing run inside the area and applied a neat finish. Harsh on Stalybridge Celtic, very harsh this evening, but Guiseley have grabbed 3 valuable points, and 3 that I'm sure will delight Mark Bauer.
Yes, you can't deny that I am delighted that Guiseley have got these 3 points that will push them up. It's pushed them actually up towards to 6th place tonight. A fantastic win in their point of view. But for Stalybridge, you do feel it's quite harsh on them, and they definitely deserved at least a point in this game. And for a team who are struggling at the bottom end of the table, you just hope that this result for them hasn't meant something that could slip them into that bottom 3 later on in the season, because they've really fought well. They're not a bad side at all. They've looked good, but for Guiseley's point of view, you just compare it back to earlier in the season, where maybe in that position when they were 2-1 down, they might have folded. But tonight they didn't. They showed character, and they made the tactical changes that Mark thought might work, and they did. And the players that were brought on made a massive impact for me, and eventually have helped Guiseley grind out a great 3-2 victory.
Yeah, well, all the players are out there on the pitch, just having a little post-match, not exactly huddle, but debriefing from the manager. We're going to go and try and catch up with him now and find out what he's got to say. It's been a good evening for Guiseley, and I think although Stalybridge Celtic have been beaten this evening, they look like a side that have got more than enough to avoid the drop, although they're still right in the thick of it, down at the bottom after Guiseley have recorded the 3 points, have recorded a fine 3-2 victory. It's a long trip for us next up, and it's another relegation threatened side in Oxford City who will be our opponents. But a trip that Guiseley AFC Radio will be making. So join us again on Saturday, if we can get the connections and if we can get the technical stuff working, for another game. But for now, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you later.